The World Football Show is sponsored by Bose Lifestyle Entertainment System.
4 years in the England hot seat and still hungry for success. This week on World Football, we talk exclusively to Sven-Göran Eriksson. As the Tiger Cup reaches a dramatic climax, we look at the winners, the losers, and the state of the game in Southeast Asia. And he's being tipped to be Brazil's next big thing. We meet Porto's playmaking sensation, Diego.
Every game for a national team is a huge game. I was not a big goal scorer. I was not Michael Owen. We are we will qualify. I'm very proud to have the job I have, and it's a huge job. It's bigger than I thought, if we talk about the interest around it.
It's been called the impossible job. Some illustrious names have found out the hard way just how tough it can be. It's 4 years now since Sven-Göran Eriksson was named England's first foreign coach. Yet from day one, he's largely confounded the cynics and the doubters.
There's a lot of criticism around, a lot of journalists out there, but he is a fantastic coach. Talk to the players, they're inspired by him.
Believe me, he's one of the most passionate managers I've had, manage me.
But do England's Eriksson have the bottle for the big games? A quarter-final exit to Brazil at the 2002 World Cup was followed by a last-eight defeat to Portugal at Euro 2004. Under Eriksson, England have lost only 3 competitive games. So is it bad luck or bad tactics?
As England manager myself, when you look back sometimes, you reflect on moments when games change, and we haven't had the best of luck at times, England.
We tried to sort out Portugal. I talked about it, show them something. What was good, what was bad, and things like that. And then that's over, that's history.
Eriksson is looking forward with confidence. Top of World Cup qualifying Group 6, his team are growing in stature and appear genuine contenders for Germany 2006. He signed a new contract, and it appears this Swedish super trooper is still the fans' #1 choice.
Done tremendous, done really, really well. I've always been a big fan of the Swedes, right back to ABBA and the Eurovision Song Contest. So, come on, England.
People always very polite, always very kind to me.
I think he's marvellous, really good. I didn't first of all, but now, marvellous.
I never in 3 years heard a bad word wherever I'm going.
He's done a good job, brilliant job, top man.
I'm going around the country and I feel like home. If I'm in Newcastle or in Liverpool or in Manchester or Tottenham, whatever it is, so it's beautiful.
Cool, calm, collected, Eriksson never seems fazed. This Teflon-coated coach manages to shrug off adversity. His secret, not thinking about football 24 hours a day.
I lived in Italy for almost 14 years, so I learned to like good Italian food. Some wine as well. I think it depends a lot on which mood you are in, what you want to listen to. But I like very much, even when I'm running, to listen to some classic music, yes.
Eriksson's passion for the game began in Torsby, a provincial outpost close to the Norwegian border. Eriksson put the town on the map as a coach. As for the player...
I was not a big goal scorer. I was not Michael Owen. I was more defensively midfielder and ended up as #2, fullback to the right.
He may not have been a gifted striker, but he knows one when he sees one. Eriksson now has a wealth of talent at his disposal, not least Michael Owen, scoring again after a slow start at Real Madrid.
Absolutely a fantastic goal scorer, and I'm very happy for him that he's scoring goals even for Real Madrid now.
At 25, Owen is an elder statesman in Eriksson's team. England have an abundance of promising young talent, with 23-year-old winger Sean Wright-Phillips and 22-year-old striker Jermaine Defoe, the pick of a promising generation. And of course, the whole world knows about Manchester United's 19-year-old sensation. Wayne Rooney is central to Eriksson's plans.
Give him the ball and something will happen. He can beat people, he sees things, good passes, scoring, right foot, left foot. And of course he's very, very strong.
By the time Germany 2006 comes around, it will be 40 years since England's first and last World Cup triumph. Since then, England have had 11 managers, some great players, but they've failed to reach a major tournament final. Will the Swede be the man to end all those years of hurt?
The main thing is now to qualify for Germany, because we want to go further than a quarterfinal in a big tournament.
For Eriksson and England, it needs to be third time lucky.
News now, and UEFA have announced their dream team of 2004, and it's Porto's Champions League winning side who dominate. Coach Jose Mourinho, now in pursuit of unparalleled success at Chelsea, is named top manager for the second successive year. Rudi Völler is back in German football. The former national team coach becomes the sporting director of Bayer Leverkusen for the second time after a short but unsuccessful spell as manager of AS Roma. Louis van Gaal is on his way to AZ Alkmaar, taking over from Co Adriaanse, whose contract expires at the end of the season. The surprise title contenders in the Eredivisie have signed the former Ajax and Barcelona coach on a 3-year contract. Lee Chun-soo has returned to Spain and his club Numancia after being detained over the Christmas period in South Korea. The striker was prevented from travelling to Europe for failing to complete his military service. And finally, tickets for the 2006 World Cup in Germany go on sale on February the 1st. Tickets are expected to generate €200 million for the tournament organisers, with prices starting at €35 and going up to €600. It's what you might call the perfect scenario. You're just 19, both your club and country are the reigning world champions, and the greatest footballer ever thinks you're his natural successor. That's the situation in which Porto's Brazilian midfielder Diego finds himself. Touted by Pelé as the future of Brazilian football, no less. High praise indeed.
Eu acho que elogio
to receive a compliment is always a good thing, especially coming from someone such as Pelé. It gives me more motivation, and I hope that he's right.
Ainda mais na minha carreira e eu espero que ele esteja certo.
But Pelé isn't the only one impressed by the new kid on the block.
He's a young boy, only 19 years old, a creative player with good dynamic play. He's a player who manages to find a lot of space. He has very good vision. I think he'll be, and already is, an important player in world football.
If there's one thing Brazilians love more than their beaches, it's football. Santos is famous for both. 40 years ago, the city boasted the best club side in the world, playing the type of football that brought a smile to the face. But debt-ridden, the club then fell into a sharp decline. Unable to buy in talent, Santos looked to youth. One of the gems unearthed, Diego. In 2002, aged just 17, he helped them clinch the Brazilian Championship. European clubs fought over his signature. Porto won the race.
I've arrived here in Europe, and my objective is to base myself here. And thank God, little by little, this is happening. I've been showing off my football. The football I used to play in Brazil, which is the reason for me being here.
Diego's €7 million transfer fee already looks a bargain, the latest in a long line of young Brazilians making an impact across Europe. Ricardo Oliveira at Betis, and Julio Baptista of Sevilla are both terrorising defences in Spain. Diego's recently been joined in Portugal by his international teammate Luis Fabiano. For some, it's a case of too many, too soon.
Our players leave for Europe far too young. Kaká is gone, for example, and he was far too young to go. He should have stayed here longer. Diego is also gone. Rubino will go soon. Kleberson has also left. All the youngsters. The same thing happens in Argentina.
Adapting to life in Portugal has proved to be relatively stress-free for Diego. With 5 of his fellow countrymen to keep him company at Porto, homesickness hasn't been a problem for the teenager. Of course, the language too hasn't been an issue. On the pitch, his skills have made him a favourite with the fans at the Estadio de Dragao. Life in Europe is proving as amenable as life in South America.
Both places are good, and I am as happy here as I used to be when I was playing at Santos. On the pitch the game is much faster, the marking is much stronger and the grass is shorter. There are some things that we can adapt to little by little. There are also some big differences.
Aos poucos você vai se adaptando, mas tem uma diferença muito grande.
2005 promises to be a busy year for Diego. Porto are defending both domestic and European crowns, and the Brazilian spawn will be crucial in the coming months. Next year, Brazil defend the World Cup in Germany. Diego will be looking to force his way into probably the strongest Brazilian team in a generation. It won't be easy, but it's a challenge the youngster feels he can handle.
Tem dado tudo certo e
From now on, my aims are to help Porto win more titles, to perform in big matches, and also to play for the Brazilian national team. They are my objectives.
são os meus maiores objetivos.
Diego, a Brazilian superstar in the making.
Still to come, thrills, spills and some shocks as Southeast Asia's finest battle it out for the Tiger Cup. And from Argentina, Belgrano, the Cordoba club setting their sights on a return to the big time. But first a question from Juninho.
Coach Paul again won the last 2 championships for Lyon, but who was the coach when they won their first title?
All that mess. Well, now there's one tough cleaner for hobs, tiles, glass tops, the lot. Mr. Muscle Multitask loves the jobs you hate. Spills on soft stuff like carpet. It's a perfect solution for shifting those stains. Mr. Muscle Multitask loves the jobs you hate.
What are you eating?
Like bread and feet?
Trying to lose weight?
No, why?
It's just the box. It just says it's low in fat.
Do I look like I'm eating as well?
No, it just says no added sugar.
Yeah, but there aren't other reasons why I like
I know, it's the box. It just says it's less than 1% saturated fat. And that's good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. What else does your box say?
Box says shut up, Steve.
Try new triple berry shredded wheat. It's very, very, very good. New triple berry shredded wheat.
If you like bands and music, celebrities, then you'll love the Friday Night Project.
Come on, that's entertainment, that's what you need.
The Friday Night Project. Friday at 10 on 4.
Coach Paul again won the last 2 championships for Lyon, but who was the coach when they won their first title? It was Jacques Santini.
And Jacques Santini would go on to coach the French national team before a short spell at Tottenham Hotspur in England. It's Southeast Asia's premier football tournament. 10 nations battling it out for supremacy. The 2004-05 Tiger Cup, football's regional showcase, full of thrills, spills and plenty of surprises. Reigning champions Thailand were looking to win their third Tiger Cup in succession. Their German coach was confident his young side would emerge triumphant.
If you are a sportsman, you always feel the pressure that you want to win, and of course we also want to win, but it's this pressure I think every coach has. Of course you want to win and not to lose.
Thailand played their group games in Malaysia and were given a tough draw. Ask the rivals.
In our group we have three good teams: Malaysia, Thailand and Myanmar.
The group of five also included the Philippines and East Timor. The Timorese were competing in their first Tiger Cup, looking more for experience than any chance of glory.
I think it's very important for East Timor to be participating in the Tiger Cup. Not only its participation in football terms, but also in terms of its people.
The first shock of the competition came early on. Myanmar humbling Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. Myanmar's travelling army couldn't quite believe it. A 1-0 win over the hosts put them in pole position to make it into the last four. The pressure was now on Malaysia and Thailand to fight it out for the other qualifying place, while Myanmar's coach, Ivan Kolev, revelled in his team's performance and the support they were receiving.
Fantastic match.
Having dealt a hammer blow to Malaysia's hopes, Myanmar then snatched a dramatic late equaliser against Thailand. Kolev engineered another upset. The reigning champions were out. The first semi-final pitted Myanmar against Group A runners-up Singapore, who'd won the first leg 4-3 in Kuala Lumpur. The return leg in Singapore would be a classic. Before kick-off, a minute's silence for the victims of the recent tsunami. Home advantage counted for little early on as Myanmar swept into a 2-goal lead. Somyat Min with the first, before Ayung Kiao Mo struck just after half-time to put them 5-4 up on aggregate. An own goal brought Singapore level as Myanmar lost their heads, receiving 3 red cards. The game was descending into farce. With a minute on the clock, Singapore won a penalty. If they scored, they were through. Amazingly, it was missed. The game would go into extra time, where Singapore finally made their 3-man advantage count, scoring 3 times. Into the final, where they would face Indonesia or Malaysia. Indonesia had won Group A without conceding a goal. The Malaysians had qualified from Group B by the skin of their teeth. The odds were against them reaching their first final since 1996.
We do have a chance to reach the final, that's true. Winning it, that will be something extra.
2-1 winners in the first leg in Jakarta. It was all going to plan for Malaysia as Khalid Jamrus put them further ahead in the return. But incredibly, 4 second-half goals in quick succession silenced the national stadium in Kuala Lumpur. Indonesia, and not Malaysia, would be playing Singapore in the Tiger Cup final. Having lost the 2002 final on penalties, Indonesia were dreaming of their first Tiger Cup triumph. But their task was made harder when Singapore beat them 3-1 in the first leg in Indonesia. A repeat of their heroics in Malaysia were needed. But Peter With's side started in the worst possible manner. Indra Shadan bursting clear to fire home. Singapore 4-1 up on aggregate after only 6 minutes. Just before half-time, Singapore's Indra won a penalty, dispatched by Agu Kashmir. Joy for coach Radoko Abramovic and his team, despite a late Indonesian consolation. Singapore then celebrating their second Tiger Cup victory in front of a sellout home crowd. They had defied all the odds to triumph.
It's not just easy to talk about Zinedine Zidane, it's a pleasure. First of all, he is a great man. The player, everybody knows, but not the man. He is a fantastic person, a very modest person. He still feels a strong bond towards his family, his friends, his origins, his youth. And that's the best thing a man can do. Never forget his origins or his youth. just because he's been lucky in life. A fantastic person that we all love. All his teammates, physios, the warehousemen, everybody. A great player with a special talent. During training he did things that made us laugh, especially during training. We were all shocked by what he was capable of doing. Yes, all definitions about Zidane are true. Even the most outrageous ones are correct. Although to really grasp his talent, you should train with him or see him training for a year or two. During training matches, he used to perform magic with the ball. He seemed to be floating from one player to another, rather than playing football, just like a butterfly.
Think of Argentine football, and the name Belgrano is unlikely to be the first that comes to mind. But this club, with its strong working-class roots in the provincial city of Cordoba, has as passionate a following as any in the country. Named in honor of national hero General Belgrano, the man who gave Argentina its national flag and Belgrano its colours, the club has a long and proud football tradition.
Boca, River, San Lorenzo,
Boca, River, San Lorenzo. Everybody suffered coming here. Our stadium used to be a fortress. Always tight and difficult games for any side. To come here was difficult. The pressure from the Belgrano supporters has always been terrible for the opposition.
Sobre todo de Belgrano es muy grande.
Atletico Belgrano first came to prominence when they became the first club from outside of Buenos Aires to play in the Argentinian national championships. Belgrano legend Jose Pepona Rinaldi played for the club in the 70s and 80s when they gained a reputation for taking on and beating the giants from Buenos Aires. But the glory days sadly wouldn't last. In 1996 the Pirates were relegated to the Segunda Division.
Bueno, yo creo que a todos aquellos que han participado
To see Belgrano in trouble, it makes everybody sad at all levels. But I am confident. The future is bright. The Giant was on its knees for a while, but now it's alive, and it's ready to start the climb to where it belongs. And that's the elite of our football.
Luis Fabian Artim is the son of the former Argentinian World Cup international Luis Artim. Artim the younger was born and bred in the capital Buenos Aires, and since joining Belgrano has been embraced by their supporters as one of their own. He will become the club's top goal scorer ever, and is currently club captain and inspiration. Despite their recent lack of success, he has no regrets about leaving Buenos Aires to join Belgrano.
You can't compare Belgrano to any other club. Belgrano is the passion of Cordoba, the team of the people, the club with more supporters. Even when close to bankruptcy, he had the highest attendances. The team that will fill the stadiums no matter what division they're in. You can't explain with words what Belgrano means to this province. It's like the passion is passed from one generation to another.
2002 was a bad year for both Argentina and Belgrano. Against a backdrop of economic crisis, the club was beset by financial difficulties and poor management. The year would end with Belgrano being declared bankrupt. Despite strong support from the terraces, there was little to celebrate. The club again suffering the trauma of relegation.
Belgrano have really suffered. We've gone through difficult times, but we're hungry and we're still alive. You could say it's like fighting a dragon with a toothpick, because we couldn't afford a gun or a machine gun, not even a sword. That's how we've been doing, to be honest. It's been a miracle. Something like David against Goliath. The club was a mess, a state of anarchy.
For the last 3 years, Belgrano have been under new management, run by the private consortium who are committed to the club's future. Although they failed to achieve promotion last year, they secured the services of their 39-year-old captain Artim for another season. With the Argentine campaign kicking off in early February, Belgrano are dreaming of a return to where they belong, in the elite of Argentinian football.
He's African football's hottest property. Next week on World Football, we talk to Lyon's much-coveted midfielder, Michael Essien. And is it the secret behind the Seleção's success? A special report on Brazil's unique astrological foundation. See you next week.
The World Football Show is sponsored by Bose Lifestyle Entertainment System.
So it is Paris Saint-Germain taking on Monaco in the French football, next on 4.
Meet Hal. The problem is I'm kind of picky.
You are a jackass.
Are you wearing panties? Blinded by appearances.
Hal, we all know you're about as deep as a puddle.
He gets the chance to be blinded by love.
Devils, come out! From this moment on, you're only going to see what's inside them.
Which one of my butt cheeks are you talking about?
Jack Black and Gwyneth Paltrow star in the network premiere of Shallow Hal, Saturday at 9:05 on 4.
We know you're looking for something. A scene. A character. A killer line.
He's the one. Kill him.
The moments that bring a film to life. These are the moments we live for. You'll find them in every film we show. From blockbusters to cult classics to foreign masterpieces. We've found what you're looking for. Film 4.
I want to explore. Go further than anyone else.
Unlike many other internet providers, AOL offers extensive features at no extra cost, like our inclusive learning packages for all ages. And with no monthly usage limits, how far you go is up to you.
I can't wait to see what's out there.
Unlimited exploring with AOL Unlimited Broadband from $17.99.
So you're here for
Gareth's homework, yeah.
BT Broadband, marvellous. Bringing the old Civil War to life. Explaining how you lot started it with your daft divine rights of the king idea.
What do you mean daft? He was divine.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Broadband from BT. Make homework more inspiring. Now from only $15.99 a month. Visit bt.com and discover the true power of broadband.
If you like Blue Peter, you'll probably like the Friday Night Project.
That'd be good.
It's a bit different because you can actually say, but you don't get a badge.
I love it. It's perfect.
The Friday Night Project. Friday at 10 on 4.
Oh, you're all probably going to hate me. I'm going to sound so spoiled. First car I owned was a BMW.
Laura Schneider.
A Dodge Omni. I bought it for $325.
An Astrovan.
A VW called a Thing.
Oh, 1968 Cougar convertible, XR7, 352 4-barrel carb. It was an automatic convertible.
Renault Clio, black. A little Honda CRX, you know, they look like a little running shoe.
A 1966 Chevelle. Yeah, it's called the Green Dinosaur.
My first car was a Chevy Blazer.
Grand Jeep Cherokee.
BMW because I was rich. Buick Electra 225, or deuce and a quarter, as they say, on the street.
A Ford Probe with no air conditioning.
A Nissan? No, it was a Datsun Sonic. Look at me trying to say Nissan. It was awful. And her name was Maud.
67 Chevy Nova. I used to fix it with a screwdriver.